Have you ever woken up feeling hungry but had no idea what to eat for breakfast? You open the fridge, and all you see is a bag of sandwich bread and a pack of tortillas. Well, today let's head into the kitchen together. I'll show you 4 quick, tasty, and nutritious breakfast ideas you can make using just these 2 ingredients perfect for energizing your busy mornings. Let's get started. We'll begin by kicking off the day with a simple, restaurant-style pan-cooked egg tortilla. First, prepare the vegetables. Take 1 tomato, remove the stem, and dice it into small cubes. Trim off the roots of the green onions, then slice them finely so they cook quickly and release more flavor. Do the same with the cilantro, chopping it finely so it mixes evenly with the eggs. Next, place a skillet on the stove over medium-low heat. Add a small amount of olive oil and use a brush or paper towel to spread it evenly across the pan. Lay 1 tortilla flat in the skillet. Crack 4 eggs directly onto the tortilla. Then add a small pinch of salt and a little ground black pepper. Use a fork to gently whisk the eggs so the seasoning is evenly mixed. Next, sprinkle the diced tomatoes over the eggs and spread them out evenly. Add the green onions, cilantro. Stirring lightly so they blend into the eggs. Work quickly at this step so the eggs don't overcook. Finally, sprinkle a little shredded cheese on top. Cover the pan with a lid and cook for about 5 to 7 minutes, until the eggs are fully set. When you see the surface of the eggs has firmed up, turn off the heat, remove the tortilla, and enjoy. The result is a warm, flavorful egg tortilla, rich and satisfying, perfectly balanced with fresh vegetables and melted cheese. Can you already think of an occasion to make this dish for friends or family? Dish 2 crispy tortilla coated with BQ sauce and snack crumbs. Next, let's make one of the crispiest and most delicious tortilla dishes in this video. Tracy guarantees this recipe is a total winner, crispy, full of flavor, and something everyone will praise after just 1 bite. First, prepare the tortilla shells. Get a few tortilla wraps, then spread an even layer of tomato sauce or barbecue sauce, depending on your preference. Brush a fairly thick layer onto one side of the tortilla. Make sure the surface is fully coated so every bite is packed with great flavor. Next, for extra crunch, I use crispy potato chips. Place them into a zip-top bag and crush them into small crumbs. Pour the crumbs onto a plate. Then press the sauce-coated side of the tortilla firmly into the crushed chips so they stick well. Once evenly coated, fold the tortilla in half and place it over a baking rack so it hangs down. The baking rack is very important because it allows hot air to circulate, helping the tortilla crisp up evenly on both sides and hold its shape. Next, Place it in the oven and bake at 180 degrees Celsius for 8 to 10 minutes until it turns golden and crispy with no soft spots remaining. While the tortilla is baking, prepare the filling. First, add a little oil to a pan and heat it up. Add the ground beef and cook until browned. Season with salt and a small amount of dried chili. Then add the marinara sauce. Let it simmer briefly so the flavors come together, then turn off the heat. Now check the tortilla. Once it's baked for the right amount of time, remove it and let it cool slightly. Then lift it off the baking rack. Bake this way, the tortilla turns evenly golden, crispy, and beautifully shaped. To finish the dish, fill the inside with fresh lettuce and the savory beef mixture. If you like, you can also add a little Alfredo sauce or mayonnaise. The result is a dish with a perfect balance of crunch, richness, and bold flavor fun, satisfying and incredibly delicious. Dish 3: Apple Pastry. If you're looking for a simple homemade dessert that has a wonderful aroma and brings a warm, comforting feeling, this apple pastry is a perfect choice. Start with 1 apple. Cut the apple into small pieces so it's easier to dice them evenly. Then place the apple pieces into a bowl. Add a little fresh lemon juice and mix well to prevent the apples from browning. Next, add a small amount of honey for natural sweetness. If you prefer, you can replace the honey with sugar. In a separate bowl, crack 1 egg and add a little fresh milk. Whisk until the mixture is smooth. This mixture will be used to brush the surface of the pastry. Place a pan on the stove over medium heat and add a small amount of butter. When the butter melts, add the apples to the pan. To give the filling a warm, comforting aroma, sprinkle in a little cinnamon. Sauté until the apples are dry and fragrant. Then turn off the heat and let the filling cool slightly. While waiting, prepare the sandwich bread. Trim off the crusts. Then use a rolling pin to flatten each slice. Spoon the apple filling onto the bread. You can score a few diagonal cuts on the surface to help the pastry puff up more nicely. Fold and seal the pastry, pressing the edges firmly with a fork. Finally, brush the egg mixture over the surface of the pastry, and it's ready to bake. Before baking, preheat the oven to 160 degrees Celsius. about 320 degrees Fahrenheit, for 5 minutes. Then bake at that temperature for 7 to 10 minutes until the pastry is evenly golden. When the time is up, take the pastries out and you'll see the result: apple pastries with a crispy shell and a soft, sweet, fragrant apple filling, completely irresistible. Dish 4: Sandwich Bread Pizza. To wrap up today's video, I'll show you how to make a seafood pizza without the work of kneading dough, using simple sandwich bread instead. This dish is easy, flexible, and perfect for a quick meal or an effortless snack. First, prepare the vegetables. Take a few green beans, trim off both ends, and dice them into small cubes. Do the same with the carrot, cutting it into evenly sized pieces. To add natural sweetness, prepare some corn kernels as well. Put all the vegetables into a bowl and mix gently. The pizza filling is now ready. Next, place 1 slice of sandwich bread on a plate or baking tray. Sprinkle a thick layer of shredded cheese over the bread. This first layer helps everything stick together and adds a rich, savory flavor. Evenly scatter the diced vegetables over the cheese. Now place the shrimp on top, or you can substitute with ham, sausage, Chinese sausage, or any toppings you like. Finally, sprinkle another layer of shredded cheese on top to finish. Now place the bread pizza into the oven and bake at 150 degrees Celsius, about 300 degrees Fahrenheit, for around 10 minutes, or until the cheese has fully melted and turns lightly golden. Once removed from the oven, you'll have a delicious mini pizza with a crispy bread base, rich melted cheese, and appealing toppings. With just a few minutes of prep and baking, you can easily make tasty, nutritious mini pizzas at home without having to buy them outside. So convenient, isn't it? So today, you've added 4 delicious, nutritious breakfast ideas to your routine without any complicated preparation. Which one of these 4 dishes did you like the most? Let me know in the comments below. I hope these ideas help make your busy mornings a little easier. And if you found today's video helpful, please give it a like, share it with friends, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more videos. Thank you so much for watching.